March 8th, 2011. It's another installment for Edible Acres. I'm here at the Ithaca Veterans Sanctuary House, where we're starting a tremendous number of seedlings for Veterans Farm we're going to be doing this summer, along with some of my own projects. And I thought I'd share what we've done as far as rigging up this seed starting scenario. Pretty happy with it so far. The key ingredients, kind of like with most of these videos that I put out, are all incredibly inexpensive. I think the most expensive part of this whole thing is 50 cents for the used cool white 4-foot light bulbs. The ballasts we salvaged. A friend of mine rewired them in series. I'll talk about that in a moment. Aluminum foil is a couple cents. All the trays are salvaged, and this is framed out with wood that we took apart and denailed from a demolition site. So we're really looking at maybe $10 for this whole thing. And you can see we've got a lot of trays of seedlings. These are a couple weeks old. These are all brassica family things. There are, can't see the labels from here. Well, you can see one. There's red Russian kale in my sloppy handwriting from a few weeks ago. These are starting up. They'll be ready to transplant out probably in the next week, maybe 2 weeks. There's some cauliflower, there's kohlrabi, there's pak choi, we've got watercress. Let's see, little baby watercresses coming up. Just barely see them. Where are we? There we are. Coming up through here. Some more, another brassica, something or other. Let's see, early white kohlrabi. These are doing well. These have to be thinned. But let's talk about how the system is actually put together. Alright, so you can see the timer switch, 18 hours on, 6 hours off, I think. 16 hours on, 8 hours off, something like that. Very high ratio of it being on to off, as what seedlings call for. That plug in here goes down around to the outside. This is pretty sloppily put together, but we just wanted to get it done. We salvaged some I think 12 gauge wire maybe, I forget, my friend did most of the work, and re-terminated these series. This is an air purifier that somebody's got in the house that we run sometimes just to move the air around. And then the 3 sets of lights, and you can see one of them comes over right along here and comes into series to these 2 ballasts. I can't really speak to the details of that. Maybe there'll be another video if there's interest in seeing that. These ballasts are just screwed together with little 1x1 pieces of black locust or pine or whatever was around. Then little eye hooks. Well, actually, these are just tied with rope. Comes up to eye hook here, eye hook in the back, so they balance, come together, and then you can see if you want to raise this light up, you just pull these. Probably not the most elegant solution in the world, but you can see I can lift the lights up. I can tie it off to here. Right? Well, I'm holding the camera, so it's hard to show. And then I've put a duct tape wad there so it comes down to the lowest position, because I really want these to be very close to the seedlings, just to get as much light in here as possible. And the same thing on the bottom, 2 together on the same deal with the eye hooks. You can see how this one's tied off. This one needs to be high because there's a pipe here. We're a random nook in the basement. And then the top one is just a single one. So there's 3 sets of plugs going to the surge strip, which goes to the timer. Dead simple stuff here. Aluminum foil in the back just to reflect as much light back in. I would guess the electric consumption on this up in New York State is maybe $15, $20 a month if we had it running all the time, or 18 hours on, 6 off. Which isn't bad for the number of waves of seedlings we can get out of here. 5 trays on the top, 5 in the middle, 4 on the bottom, each with what, 20 to 50, 30 to 50, I should count them. A couple hundred seedlings per go. And you can see the ones that have emerged are what are under the lights, and then over here, just kind of basking in the late day sun on a concrete slab near a heater, are the flats that have yet to germinate or have yet to break the soil surface. We got some goji berries that are getting started. I think the rest of these are romaine lettuces or buttercrunch lettuces. So as soon as they peek out of the soil, they get under the lights. hopefully these are coming up just as these kales and kohlrabi have their second set of true leaves and are ready to go out into the actual greenhouses, which we'll take a look at some point in a new video. Anyway, I'm happy to provide details if anybody wants them beyond what is shown here, but this is a rough idea of how absolutely cheaply you can take a nook in a basement or just a relatively warm room in a home and create wave after wave of seedlings very inexpensively. Hope this has been helpful. Happy growing!